February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Cool Law Offices. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 o'clock on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this? And the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes away apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out, or at least try. Or try at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm sure she's going to be much help this. But I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. You know, I didn't really think we should try it, but I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room, or in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. The oil drum. It was empty. Oh, it was empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at a crime scene? Never. Even though she says that they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. So, I'm beginning to think that these aren't thought at all, but Phoenix is just muttering to himself. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? The situation calls for this one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Like in the certain escape room game. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know? You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Why was I going to say treats? What? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why would I do... why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? If you had an extra pair of those things? To test for blood reaction, just spray the luminol with it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray on it. Okay. That's fine. Blood stains. Okay then. Here. Oh. Anything else? Just here? Okay, examine. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, this is a blood stain? It's so, Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. We are not, though. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know this is a blood stain, but doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this specifically? the amount if he was died of blood loss? Yeah. Perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. She seemed excited. I mean, look at all the blood that on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, they'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark the up the floor plan when we find the blood stain. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? And yeah, this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Cool. We can't be sure that the police will reveal that evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their views of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence into the light of day. Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime scene now, or a crime now, doesn't it? We've been doing it for a while. Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Okay. Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. That would just ruin the food, wouldn't it? Miss Starr. You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on my house. That's a day old. I don't know how fast things go disgusting, but if it's been, you know, preserved properly. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead. Huh? That kind of lead or lead or lead in doesn't really get my mouth watering. True. We just slide over and ignore her. Talk. Today's trial. You certainly put me on a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from the security room right there, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough. You see, I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry. You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Finding the murderer. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. The Chief Prosecutor Skye stabbed a man in cold blood, and the testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. Aren't you an ex-detective? I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago, well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up. They confessed. They babble like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I can be an angled or your demon. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the Cough-Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, fired. I just felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. Well, I'm sorry to tell you. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Am I supposed to show you this? Oh no, I present, there we go. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident? It's written on the knife. And on the knife. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on my case, you know? Really? That knife was evidence from the case, the murder weapon. It was due to Hutchins Thorough the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over yet. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? I guess not. Look! A door that must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy my life more. Let's finish our investigation, shall we? Q. There we go. So this is the famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try and kick it over myself. Here. That's okay, don't cry. That llama guy must be one strong woman. Okay. Do I need to investigate anything more? This is where we found that note. 21st of the 2nd, SL9, the SL9 incident. The case was to Hutchins Thorough the day of the murder. And the detective in charge of the case was the victim. I wonder what kind of this SL9 incident was a thing for, or what? It was kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. Okay. Do I present this to you? What do you think about this? Okay. Okay. How do we get you to tell you more? Or to tell us more? Talk to the victim. Not the victim. I mean, we can talk to the victim. Don't know if the victim can respond. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in two places at the same time? Magic. Can you imagine? How is she supposed to answer that? The truth? With her mouth? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Grant say that they'd be arresting a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. February 23rd, police station, criminal affairs department. Well, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a... What? There was a vicious murder of a detective down in the police department. Yes, but the same detective, was also killed in the same time at the prosecutor's lot. It makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go and check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants to, more mysterious... What? Mysterious. I don't doubt anyone wants any more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Okay. February 23rd, police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast, they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got on the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. I wonder whose room this is. February 23rd, evidence room, entrance guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It sure seems that way. Oh, what's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is the guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Look on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. Texas! Looks like they've got there's a video feed on the evidence room here. There's a light blinking on the, below the monitor. It is recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out there. Okay, then why don't we? Cool. Do I have to go look for Marshall? I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to present this to you. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the Coffle Queen, right? The Queen, right? We found the this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same idea as the man who was killed at the police bombed. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. Okay. I believe a body with Edgeworth's knife is stuck in it was found in Edgeworth's car. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Miss Edgeworth would have been suspected. I wonder. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? How did you get this? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard station. But even if I get flustered sometimes, so you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. Your lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, but I wasn't going to have them disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Is that what we need? Yes, there we go. The incident really opened up with my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Okay, I see 4 people. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for divisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved, the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others were found themselves out of a job. And you're one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Who could it be? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated the case from every angle. It is interesting how her personality differs depending on which eye is presenting. Yeah. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. And and he was demoted. See, like, this one's nice, but obviously when it's the other eye, it's when she's serious. However, yeah, see? He hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to the case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet an old friend, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find a new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes? Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. I mean, it is steak. That is a very good choice. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he, are you, his... Oh, are you ghosts? Are you going out? Why do you want to know? Just wondering what happened to him. He died. Rest in peace, Jake Marshall. That's why he believes he's in the West. A long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. When he was helping out my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, and it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would have been when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Because he's dead. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Well, time to go. Okay. This place is charged with fanatic energy, as always. Please. Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Hi, Gumshoe. Best character. Detective Gumshoe. Now's not the time for chit-chat, pal. I'm busy, man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Boy, have I got good news for you. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Yep. That was a loud crash. You'd think it's very fragile glass. Now's no time for despair. Caught our criminal. We just need evidence. The criminal, you mean? You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? It's me. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed in the police department. That's you. And the perpetrator? Did you have a suspect? That's him. Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. How convenient. It's Gumshoe. It's a big scandal to hit this station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. What if I just slowly ate the steak in front of him? Just, like, obnoxiously chew it as well. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. True. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran after the evidence room? Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Okay. Where's the... I talk to you? Nope. I thought the steak would be for you. Move. There we go. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Oh yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things are still, will still just get confusing. What was that? Sir? That's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? Yeah, I say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's just what I'd say. Meekins? Meekins was arrested? Oh, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Detective Meekins. Or just Officer Meekins. Excuse me, but Mr. Edgeworth, is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on this premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, you're the guard here at the detention center. No, sir, no, I'm up, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. Like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report on the other side of the glass. No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. Wait, what? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir. Ow. That noise is gonna get annoying, isn't it? I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard in the evidence room. That's right, sir, because the evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance on the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center. Since yesterday? How long were you out? Days? That couldn't be true because you talked to us in Miles's room. Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yeah, I've got the similarity between this case and the one that the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me a victim. I would, but you happen to be in the detention, and alive and well in that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or as a total stranger, then I'd say the megaphone. Then I'd have to lean heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light and other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir, none. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Okay. What about your hand? Did anything happen during the course of the crime? Well, sir, you see, don't you think you should just confess? But, sir, there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do. So, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed the knife at me, I just hollered, sir. Someone hollered, okay. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious, so someone held a knife at you. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? When I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. The shock and sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt in pain? You were stabbed. The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. Okay. Can I... Am I able to find things now in the evidence room? That's a no. I guess I'm gonna have to go to... I have to go to the detention center, which is awkward. Right, okay. Officer Meekins, this is for you. I'm scared of knives, sir. Okay, last time that's the one. I was an apple, sir. In my dreams, sir. I was being peeled. It's like, though, you don't have a look at the knife, okay? It's overacting of a knife, but it's been through a lot. Okay, let's from the other knife then. Officer Meekins, this is for you. I'll get the same thing. Okay. What do I do? This one. Could you take a look at this? Sorry, sir. Really have no idea what this is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Honestly, he's got a point. We haven't checked Edgeworth's room. Okay. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. Like what? I hope that's what he's doing. And not murdering people. I guess we'll have to come back. Fair enough then. Am I supposed to just leave him a steak at the station? Because I'm pretty sure the steak is for him, right? I'm not investigating it. Oh, I can't present it. Okay. You know what? No. What am I supposed to investigate? I don't know. I guess Meekins is the only new thing, so I've got to show him a bunch of stuff. Present... I was beginning to take a look at this. Sorry, sir, I have no idea. What would he know? He would have... Oh, he would have the autopsy robot, right? He wanted... Okay. No idea. Do I give you the steak? I have no idea. That's examining. I don't need to examine. What? The evidence room was beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It wouldn't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in first. Isn't that important information? That you can't just walk in? What do we present to you? Because you don't do good with knives. I don't know, and who am I supposed to, except, putting Marshall in a good mood. His mouth watering, you can almost hear the sound of steak frying on a grill. No doubt it's all cold and tough by now. No, I'm sure it's all delicious. Mrs. Starkwater hardened into making this. So long as she didn't put any other organs in there. Okay, cool, that's weird. Do you know anything about SL? No, you don't. Right, we can only talk to 2 people. And... Right. Put your hand, close your eyes, Cisa. Nothing you can do. Knife. Conscious. Quartz tab. I don't know. Oh, E is spray. Oh, move. I need to move. Okay. Let's go back here. Alright, okay. Anything else besides just here? Where else would there be blood? I don't know. Oh, someone was bleeding. Okay. Put 4 numbers. This was blood from when Lana... No, my sister isn't a murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime. And her right hand is bandaged. Hey! Just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Well, do I examine this again? Here's the phone, let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff without that don't need to be touched. I can't hear anything. My ears. No, my ears. Maybe it's due to biometric pressure. What you mumbling about? Hey, what did you say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone isn't broken. Is that not supposed to? Okay. Just spamming it. Just going across it and spam. Seems easy enough. Step ladder's clean. Okay, so we know that she touched the thing. What else? Oh, I must be missing something. Move. Ooh, what if... was it move? There we go. Is there blood here? I guess not. I guess, yeah. I was thinking maybe since she had to go, the person that was involved with the murder would be involved here. I don't know. Do we Swing store makes it look place look kind of like a saloon, but look, it's nailed shut. You can't get that away. Of course not. You went through here. The cactus would fall over and ouch. Well, I'd say it'd be more of a yarg myself. Yeah, this shows perfectly. This must be a real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction, just like her. I'm not sure I see the resemblance. It's more of an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Fair enough. There's a security guard uniforms hanging there. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, and leather chaps. What are these called again? A paunchy? Or a pitchy? Oh, I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, and I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. That's everything checked. I don't know, Brave Otto. Someone used to mark and write their name on this. Emma Sky. Don't tell me you bring this with everywhere you go. You never know when something might go down. So what kind of world do you live in? Okay. Well, that was fun. Okay, well, I genuinely don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Right, so this is... okay. So, do you think you could take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir. That's it. What's it? My head was blank until the very moment, but now, sir, I remember, sir. Do you mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. I better try into this one little bit deeper. Okay. I mean, we can talk to you now? Can you tell me what you remember? Well, sir, you might say I am a little lost postman and patrolman, a little lost lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he would look suspicious. So I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID. Well, that sounds pretty much like a book. Well, pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked the Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you that I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and left at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? I killed him. Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I woke up, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that you were arrested? Oh, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he had met in the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we had no way of knowing the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, We don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still end up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me on tape. And you waited until now to tell us that? Yeah? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge, I don't deserve it. No thanks, I owe you, I have my own. Well, I guess we better go check out the crime scene. Okay. Oh, well, I guess I gotta move one bit at a time. And then do I check this again? I don't check this again. What? So how am I supposed to get inside? Oh, there we go, something new. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives' desk. It's Police Chief Gantz. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coats, pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, call me right away, a deal? Yes, sir. We'll start with the place again, sir. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. I mean, he's supposedly an imposing man. Ah, right-ho, my boy. How have you been? Swim much? What were you in swimming? Oh, Chief Gant. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Or Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with that boy since last year. You mean the incident on Lake Ord? It does look like good having a top well, it doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit on the defendant's chair, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Juan Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait. I didn't do anything wrong, he did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it would be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odds, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their own turf. Too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular will have a little sensitive... I can't talk about it at all. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives strapped shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can... What? Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. This. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Sorry, Righto. I'm through that stuff. Through, I'd say. Go find the guy who can't seem to sit out there. The busy one. The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the blue dancing badger. Do I give this to you? I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Okay. Oops. Am I supposed to stop talking to you now? Seems so. God Stadium, please. Nope. Seems I am to present you the right thing. That one. Okay, means nothing. What do I even do? Or do I go to Edgeworth now? If I wanted to go to Edgeworth, I'd go on here. Nope. So again, it would be a matter of... Alright, hold on, I need to move... No, am I supposed to... There we go, criminals affair. You, I'm supposed to talk to you. I mean, will this actually ask me? So I get to see that. Okay, so we're actually talking to him. Okay. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. We want to check if anything that might have a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here. Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date is on the 21st of February. Better make a note of that, just in case. Okay. I should really get back to investigating the police department's crime scene. Okay. Fine. I will... No, it's not even... Hold on. Nope, still not even a thing. So... You know, it's... Because, like... What we need to do is basically end here. Won't open... Yeah. What? I guess it's because we need permission, I guess. But the only person we can talk to would be Gant, because Gant's the newest person. And, you know, we've talked everything through... I should stop talking. I should stop talking. Actually, I was wondering if we could do this, if I could do you a favour. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. He's taking forever to answer. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I would give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's content, knock yourself out. It goes to show you never know until you ask. As for you, here, you can borrow this. Hey, that's a detective ID card, isn't it? It's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. You just run along now and do your best. Go along and do your best now. Later, folks. Now he's just gone. Oh, this is a case that's just a headache. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we are going into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place has a bad influence on this girl. Can we go into the... Can we now? Can we really? Do we just... Yep. The evidence room door is... the evidence room's on that door. And we can have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha. The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well. What's made my Bambina skies so grey? Hello, someone else was on theme music. Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene, and we have to give you the steak, because the steak obviously is for you. Yeehaw, that card you got there on your chest? That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw. Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's waiting. Looks like card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if you could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I ain't got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Yeah. Well, you do look pretty miserable. Would steak make it better? That smell reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas. No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yes, Miss Starr. What's this? What? It's wrong. A fillet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Hooray. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask him as much as... What? Much. Anything. Finally, seems like... He's willing to talk. Hooray. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of the security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins is at the detention center, told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekley. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you went out of your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. He was riding in his car. There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfound dangled machines do a bang-up job keeping an eye on this place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kind of like the stewed... Well, kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us about something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. I mean, he also said that as well. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. It's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the records books. but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. It's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us about what actually happened. There's some things you're better off not knowing, Babita. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. The evidence from transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know you two. I know maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, I mean machines. Well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower in my steak. The easiest ones to understand are this here security camera. Those are the ones Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased for a few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they in one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard, and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Okay, all the 7s at 4:20. Then it was Officer Goodman at 4:15. And I guess also Officer Meekins. So this is the ID record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Virginia. Can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on the record now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that the record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They kept here until presiding detective supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if they turn out there was a mistake, see? So what happened to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in an underground vault at the County Sheriff's Department. That's what we call transferals. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for cold cases. 2 years after the case is solved, it's closed forever, dead. Never to be opened again, and never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to the SL9 2 days ago. Okay, I'm gonna move into the evidence room. Okay. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. It's really kind of like a graveyard. The graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Hello. Whoa. Damn. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. You tried to slap a ghost? I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, it is true what I heard. Ryder, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me to borrow $50, I'd give them $50 no problem. Go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's desire, knock yourself out. Yeah, that's true. So, the chief of police scans. He will loan me $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of investigating today. Just for today. Boss for a day. Guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're the boss for the day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. Scene of the stabbing, Detective PD. Oh, what do you need? So Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I'm a detective, after all. They give me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9ers, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it, using their ID card. Yeah, that's the thing, pal. IDs can be lost. Why? I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a loss. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean the fingerprints? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So only the locker we can... So only the locker we can open is our own. Okay. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest models. There's a trick to handle these. See? Are the handles? On the other side of the handle is a sensor. If the wrong person touches it, buzz, you get a shock. If that was what happened, my hand would be black from smoking each day. Oh, every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people who are the force who don't know about fingerprint blocks. Okay, nice. Thank you, Gumshoe. Now to investigate, because I saw something that was open. That's, cute. You are open. What's this, blood? It's a little worn, but I can definitely identify a handprint. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. And Mr. Wright... What if there are other bloodstains left of the... I needed to sneeze, but the moment I muted myself to sneeze, it didn't work. What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use... Okay, fair enough. Wow. Someone must have broken into a big place like this. Executive Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me some kind of hooligan. That's apparently the case. The case? Yes, SL9 case, pal. See the sticker on the one of those pieces there? And a piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what ship these pieces. What? I wonder what the ship of these pieces were before they were broke. We're gonna try with this, put them back together. Good luck, pal. It's a matter of jobs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had given up. That's why I carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like at the bottom. Let's try putting the recipes in place. Ooh, jigsaw. Alright, okay, yes. Nope. No idea, really. I feel like it would have to be that way. I mean, this would have to be that way. We'll just trial and error it, why not? There we go. Nice. Nope. Yep, there we go. Oh, there we go. It's all coming together. Hooray! And the last piece here. Not the last piece. Huh? Well, I think we did it. But some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. Problem is finishing it. So, were some of the pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still. It doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room. Fair enough. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe. There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know? You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Oh, what's this blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright. What if there's other bloodstains in the room? That's a good point. Look, this one's open, and the indicator light is red above the door light is lit. The locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we close it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Okay. Time to spray everything. Ooh, that's a bunch of blood. This must have been the massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. He's not the brightest person. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it for on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. Blood that we already knew. I knew it. There's someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker, it's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. Oh, you want us to be his defense attorney? You know what? Yeah, we'll defend you. Good. I was gonna say Goodman. Gumshoe. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll get it down just on the floor plans. Counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Okay, yeah, a policeman offer saying you can't trust the police. Okay, something's there. And this is a left handprint. Why am I getting an erection here? There's no reason for the murder to touch this spot if you fled out the door. This might just be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where do you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'd like to borrow for $50, I think it was. Where'd you get this, Emma? I was buy it by mail order. Well, I definitely jot this down on the floor plans. Fair enough. Anything else? I don't think so. Anything here between these? Q. There we go. Nothing else. Doesn't look like it. Nothing on the floor. Doesn't seem like it. You'll never know. Someone did step in blood, so. What else is there to look at? Put these pieces together to make a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't seem a little unstable. No wonder it broke. It's true. I'll make sure to remember the next time I make a jar. Okay. Something sticking out here. It looks like a shirt. Guess it must be evidence of some kind. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, make me seem like some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for that evidence there. That said, I bet the evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out of that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. Guards check that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck for being for some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under the trench coat either. Tucking in your shirt just doesn't feel nice. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Do it behind the back. Okay, how do we find out whose it is? And you said this one was yours. Oh, this piece of stuff with evidence. Stuff with dreams. I'm not too sure about the dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Security is high-tech around here. Seems to be. Okay. Nothing else? Gumshoe. Nope. Yeah, can you open your locker, please? Can't open lockers with your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can't open it, they'll give you 50 cents. Note the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective McGovern was stabbed here at the opening of his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead at the police prosecutor's office. How do I check? How do I check? What is the point of this? Okay. This one. Allow me to say one thing speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence, I know nothing about it. I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. I bet it's fine, pal. Fair enough. What if we... I don't know. Can I talk to you? Oh no, hold on. I need to check. Does the security show anything different now? Cameras in all the evidence room, one for each section. Which one shows the section where the crime took place? Why do Cal sit before the rain comes? It's not for man to know. Unless you're the security guard responsible. As true. Sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in the evidence. About the only thing they trusted with their shooting hand. We're neither in the Wild or the West here. But the end, but that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so. I'm lost. Get anywhere with this guy. Okay. Guess that's a no. The Goodman's locker's open. Gumshoe's is not. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? The dancing, he was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony, but there was a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the blue badge away from a while. Really? Why? Or they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful? I toiled night and day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. Why did they move it? I don't know, is there anything else? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. So it looks like a fishing pole, if it is. That's my personal pole. Never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen this somewhere before. Right, pal. That's the metal detector. The one that lied to solving the case around Gold Lake, remember? Alright. It feels like it's ages ago. I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving cases sooner or later. Cheap-looking box. You can't judge a person or a machine by its cover. You gotta learn to look at their heart. Okay. May as well look. Oh, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. It looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist, and he thought he got away. Hey, there's some of those human profiles from range testing. Okay. I'm assuming I read that correctly. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better than him than us. True. What else is there to look at? I don't know. Where should they go? Are we supposed to do someone else? Evidence room, nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. Something new. Okay. High prosecutor's office room 1202. Fair enough. Well, this place is as classy as it did yet. Okay, that's what we've said. Incidentally, Edgeworth is not here. Okay. I hope that's what he's doing. Guess we'll have to come back. Fair enough. What a nice desk. Easy. Okay. A flashback. Guess I was wrong. Evidence room. Fair enough. Oh, I realized I could just check. Okay, tag was confusing. Confusing then. Okay, tag. What? Okay, this just seems like it's random. Yep. Oh, well, it's hard to make out, but there's some kind of dark red stain here. Looks like blood. You think David Goodman's blood somehow got onto this when he was stabbed? Not likely, but it looks like it's been here for months, maybe even longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. I mean, good blood. It's good there's blood in that, right? Okay, nothing's on there. This thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. I wonder what which side is up. Yeah, what's the purpose of the bottom of this jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? I don't know. ID 5. What are we? I don't know what we're supposed to do. See this? This is the victim ID card. The one that was on the ground of the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID card record again. Well, it only has once, with the fourth number to perfect match. It was used right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So without when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Wait, what did Officer Beacon say? So I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID when Detective Goodman. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. He didn't show the ID. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed the knife at Officer Meekins? Because it's not him. Someone's taken an ID, by the sounds of it. Don't know who benefits. Alright, compadre, you win. Guess I can give you the ID records. Hooray! I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay. Well, let's start with the easiest. Could you take a look at this? There's this ID record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors, so it was Goodman who came in here to tell the matter. Whoa. What's it? The second number. It's not your ID number. Is it Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Okay. Why would Edgeworth have been come to the evidence room? Okay. Oh well, 2 numbers to go. Nice. You know what? Let's ask you as well. Okay, that's unknown. Oh, I can ask Meekins, right? Meekins said he went inside, so he would have to be one of the numbers. Yes, front. There we go, Meekins. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? Oh, sorry, I really don't have any idea what this is. Maybe she asked Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Okay, then. Are we finally able to go to Edgeworth's thing? Did you take a look at this? Yes. You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. Okay. You must have brewed some... brew the leaves as long as... What? Okay. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it. So that's the secret to the normal what? The thing I'm smelling here is a waste of time. Fair enough. Were you able to talk to Edgeworth? Nope. Move. Cool. Where have we not gone to? Why have we not? Right, move. No idea. No, it switched blades, but Edgeworth had most... What? But Edgeworth was the most surprised out of anyone because the SL9 connection. That was Miss Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? Guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left to be cleared for that case. Like what? Hooray, you can tell us enough now. Yeah, that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So it was a murder, a serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved within this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumour mill. Rumours about forged evidence. It was supposed to be cleared up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, the switchblade knife, the victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give him my report for the day. So we talking to Edgeworth. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. You need enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe. Damn, Phoenix is saying Gumshoe's bad. I'm up, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Oh, please tell me we're almost done. Hooray! Hello? Yes, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Miss Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Miss Edgeworth, you back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he's trying to console me somehow. And he's smiling about it. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think the whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Cool, I need to talk to you about everything. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not like a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning, they're lucky this time again. Again? I've heard them say it so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still presiding prosecuting attorney, however, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Kent. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why ask you why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Okay, I have this for you. Alright, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID usage? Edgeworth, you ended the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less? Yes, that's true. Why, Miss Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to, by Chief Kent, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for the case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the office, the prosecutor's office. But it was sold. Well, it was sold, right? I was sold. It would have. It would have to be here if the evidence was already filed. The chief has never wanted to explain himself. So it is the chief's fault that the vehicle the body was found was here, as well as you were in the evidence room. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I wrote this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with this current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Okay. Stubborn as always, I told you that it has nothing to do with this current case. Oop, that's not the button I pressed. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. Don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. Why not? Isn't that basically what we do? The only difference is we don't have tea when we do it. I'll pass on the tea, just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth told you no in a very polite manner. No, he didn't. Whose side are you on? Maybe if I show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. This has worked so far. That's an Elden. Flopan, I guess. That's an Elden. That's an Elden. Oh, I didn't read that. Okay. It has to do with the case that went on the SL9 instance, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. And you're the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The assault incident was the heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Grant. Or Gant, I don't know, right? That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was the top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Now, wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why the Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. I won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I will follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then. You might want to use this, might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated before for better adhesions. For me, are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and... What? And these fingerprints files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Cool. Let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember some suspicious handprints somewhere. Nope. How do I do this? Okay. Well, I guess I gotta go back to the evidence room. It seems like everyone else is gone, so I feel like this is the end. Okay, investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Choose the thumb, it's not a finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different fingerprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Okay, I can tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, I guess the first one. Okay, now it's time to check for the prints. Let's show what how it's done. And we'll start off with the sparkle in our eyes. First, we sprinkle an aluminum powder around. And how are you doing that? With Enter C. Okay. It looks like it did the trick. Aluminum powder adheres pretty quickly to the print. Once the powder is well spread, then just blow on it. Okay. How do I do that? With the E. Okay. See how... Okay. Imagine like blowing out candles. Oh, it just looks like fun. Okay, so just sprinkle everything everywhere. Okay, just put the powder on the trick below. Okay. Those are the basics of fingerprinting. I guess I'd better give it a try. We just spray the whole thing. There we go, see? You know, it's getting nice and clean. And then just E in the middle. You found it. What? Looks like it, nothing like a fingerprint. Does that mean they were wearing gloves? Now you mentioned I guess it doesn't. What do you mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left us wore gloves. Well then, we've been wasting our time here. Calm down. this is just where things go in scientific investigation. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other fingerprints? Other fingerprints. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Big print. What, here? This one? Well, I'd imagine this one. I mean, this is Gumshoe's locker, right? We know that for a fact. Get it nice and clean. There we go. There we go. Fingerprints clear. It's dazzling. Dazzling. Anyway, that print looks kind of effort. Let's match it up right away. So, we're not done. This is quite the process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprints we got from data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. Point out the person who you think left this prints. How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprint are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have the same, but have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprint would be most likely to find on the locker, this locker evidence? It would be, where is he? Detective Gumshoe. Comparison complete as a 16, match found. Hooray! Aha! These prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? So you give me this, so what, look? I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit and sometimes you miss. Gotta roll with the punches. Thanks for the symphony. Wait, if I remember correctly, there's another handprint. Cool. Easy. Court record, right? I guess I don't use it. Okay. This is what hey, we got the luminal fluid reaction, right? Right. And there's a handprint here. Okay. Why don't we try using it? Yeah, why not? Check. Okay. Oh, but I warned you first about something. What? Area with the fluid was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding after the chemical use. Any prints that in that area too will be wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try and find prints that aren't wiped away. Prints, other than the ones left by the bloody hand. It would be, what, over here? Yeah, makes sense, I think. Because then you wouldn't think that the other prints were there. Considering how much I needed on the actual thumbprint of Gumshoe. Needed quite a lot. Ooh. Best give it a shot. Kind of result won't be good to anything matching prints. But it's not like any cleaner prints. Okay. Try something different then. Okay. Is this not just the same thing I hit? Oh, right. I don't know. Nope, apparently not. Apparently this is different. What am I missing? No, something's here. There we go. Okay. Nope, looks different. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Ooh. that seems like it's working. Okay. Hey! These fingerprints there. Who's out there? Whose? Is someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Marshall Jake? Officer Jake Marshall? That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime, Emma. This is definitely different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. There's little no reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. And a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call a decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Well, it's either him or your sister. To be continued.